Well, this is
Gotta
Stinger.
chill.
Welcome. I am here because of you guys. We just hit the 100K marker on YouTube, got our silver placard, play button, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm telling you that. Thank you for everything. It's all for you guys. And here I am now, coming back with questionnaires. All the questionnaires came from IG from the last couple days. From hundreds of questions that we got, we picked out the 30 best, the criteria that fit everything. And before we even start the questionnaires, I just want to I just want to, talk about me. Only reason being is people don't know who I am. People don't know my race. People don't know my age. People don't know this. So this is why I am here. Well, my name is William Chang. I am 41 years old. Be 42 this year. Born in LA, raised in LA, never seen Korea, and I'm a Korean American. Born and raised here, never seen the motherhood. Can't wait to go back, but this shop got me busy. I am a full-blown Korean. I could speak it. I could, somewhat read it, but I can only speak it only when I'm drunk. But it's been fun, and it's been funnier. It's getting more exciting. I was getting a little tired of being out of the shop life, but having Victor around and having a camera chase me throughout the whole days of all my shenanigans, of random stuff I see, all problems that I do, just everyday stuff. But let's cut this short. Let's keep it going and do the questionnaires. First question is from JC81857. When and how did you know you wanted to be a mechanic? When and how? When? Possibly when it was 16. It was Thanksgiving, and back in the days, our families were very big on gatherings and family oriented. I love Thanksgiving. We went to one of my cousin's house. One of my cousins, he had a burgundy reddish 240 with the pop-ups. He was tearing apart his back seat and rewiring his nitrous system that he had a hole cut out in the back seat where he hid the bottle. Apparently, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Only thing is, cause that was Fast and the Furious before Fast and the Furious even existed. Just watched him wrenching, playing with the wires, and then at the end, seeing him purge and playing with the bottle. I'm like, I think that's when I became a mechanic and a nitrous junkie. Second question. How _about_and_o? How about no? Damn, you're gonna ask me this damn question. How and where did you start off learning to get into a place you're at now with cars? How and where is actually very hard to say. Only reason being is I'm not a typical wrencher. I'm not a typical mechanic. I am more than that. Only reason being is I never went to a trade school. I never went to UTI. I never went to anything. I'm actually a college dropout. Basically what happened was it was lots of tear apart, pull apart, try to put it back together. Can't do it. And I was a mama's boy, daddy's boy, and I lived basically in the garage because I couldn't go out. I couldn't do shit. So I pulled apart my parents' vacuum cleaners, television sets, toys, toasters, and then eventually found my way to the garage where they kept the spare cars. Started tickling around with them and tearing apart to the point that I couldn't even put it back together. They had to tow it to a mechanic and fix it. From there, I just gradually got to play with more on the cars. Did it more after school, after high school, and stuff like that, college. And eventually, in between, I've now gone into multiple different type of shops. I ended up being a tinner. I was in a tin shop. I was an audio installer, alarm installer, tire changer, wheel alignment setter. I was at a thrift shop. I was at a time attack shop. I was at a race shop. I was in a performance shop. I'm a well-rounded mechanic. I think that is a problem where I have is where if I don't know something about a car and how to fix it, I'm going to teach myself or go out and experience on how to learn how to fix it. Charlie 666138. How long have you been wrenching for? Ever since I was 16, and I'm 41 now. Perseus Shadow. What genuinely got you into wanting a shop, and how did you pick your team? Wanting a shop is towards the end of all these shop hoppings. The reason why I went from a shop to a shop is I was getting used, abused, burned, and not getting paid, or paychecks were late. I was doing more than 12-hour shifts. I was sometimes going to work when the sun came up and going back home when the sun was coming up. How I pick my team? I don't really pick my team. I'm not a picker. I get everything just sort of tossed at me. I will see you, I'll send you, I'll feel you when you come in, If you're one of those guys that keep calling the shop and saying, did you get my resume? How do you want to do this? Can I go work there? Can I work there? Can I work there? I don't want you because you're fucking annoying. But if you come, introduce yourself, explain who you are, cool. If I got that vibe from you, I will ask you back. If you push and push, try to get in here, I don't want you. I don't know. Vic, put it right here somewhere. What time do you know it was time to open up your own shop? Going back to the other one. I was now tired of getting chewed out or getting used and abused by the other man. I had to go and be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna be my own guy. Pelican_04. What advice would you give to someone who is just learning, working in the automotive world? Working and learning. It's hard to say. I don't know what kind of personality you are. I don't know what kind of person you are. I'm the type of guy, I'm a visual learner. So my biggest thing is every time I'm doing anything, or I was as a gentleman, as a client in the bag, even as a customer, I was watching mechanics, I was watching shops, I was watching this. Only reason being is I could see what they're doing and seeing why they did it. And then as many times as I did is I took a car, got something installed, went back home, see how they did it, reinstalled it, took it to another shop, got the same part installed, and then came back and reinstalled it and see what the difference, why these two mechanics did it different ways. And then go to another shop and do it again. Only reason being is I didn't know how to go ask them. And I was literally saving my lunch money from high school and taking my cars and getting these things put in and taking it out multiple times just to learn. _E1_period_. If you're working at a dealership as a lube tech, how long do you think it will take to move off the man shop? I can't tell you that, dude. Only reason being is, well, I don't know what dealership you're working at. I don't know if you have the mechanical skills. I don't know how to portray how you can step up and make yourself. But my thing is, if you're working at a dealership and you're going to try to come up as a lube tech, ask some friends, ask some people in there, and ask some advice on how to help them out. And if people start to see you on the side where you're a little slower or something, and then you're taking on a little things where, hey, E1, come on, let's do this. Can you help me out? And then the supervisor, the people at heads up are now noticing that, okay, he's learning. But working at a dealership as a lube tech is really, really hard. And I know people that's been there for a cool minute and just get stuck there. So truthfully, step up. Member Man 19. As a shop owner and operator, what gets you out of bed and motivates you to keep coming? It's very simple. It's you guys. It's the customers, it's the cars, it's the support. I come to work every day enjoying what I need to do. I come to work happily. I'm gonna destroy the day. I'm gonna work on all these cars, and I'm gonna give all the cars either a better ride, better experience, better happiness that the owners don't have to be worried about it. Just, it's you guys. Johnny Chow. He made it. Of all the cars you own, which one is the most special to you? Truthfully, all my cars are special in many different ways. For example, my 2013 Kia Optima. She's the one started the KDM scene with the shop with me, going after a competitor that sued me, destroyed me, tried to fraud me, but yet I overcome them, and I'm still here and he's not. My K5 is the one and only wide body agile out there. My RX-7 with the 1J came out, destroyed, and had fun at Hoonigans. My Stinger, it has a personal memorabilia of Mike Glick. You know what I mean? He was a gentleman that was in love with the shop, supported the shop, and he passed away on stomach cancer. Rest in peace, Mike. I have more other vehicles detailed, but I don't have one. And even someone can ask you, which one do you enjoy driving the most? It's the pure time of what I'm using the car for, what I want to use it for. It's where I enjoy what I'm gonna do. If I want to be a f***ing speeding bullet, it's the RX-7. If I wanted to cruise around in class and show off and stuff, it's the K5. If I want to just take my family somewhere and just mellow out, it's gonna be the Optima. Next, Manny OA, 25. What did you come up with the name Concept 3? Does the name have anything significant? Good question. Concept 3 is very simple. There is a very deep meaning on this. Concept 3 actually started when my boy Jake Quang showed up with the 2012 Hyundai Sonata 2.4 liter. He showed up with it, brand new Hyundai, didn't know really what it was, and popped the hood, looked around, 2.4, cool. We are in college now, being older guys. This Vato literally went to Vato Zone and pieced himself up an intake system in that car. And I'm like, what the f*** are you doing, bro? He's like, well, I had to do something. I want to be cool and make all this stuff, but they don't make anything for it. They only make it for the turbo models. So I'm like, you know what? F it, dude. I'll make you one. And he's like, I'm going to make it a colder, where colder, truthfully for me, is when it's out of the engine bay, took the air box that was behind the exhaust manifold and then stuck it behind a fog light. And that's where the concept came from. Oh, he's like, after I made it, he's like, why don't you sell these? I'm like, oh, you think you guys really think it'll sell? He's like, yeah, dude. And then I realized this market is pretty fucking racist too. Depending on the cars, for example, the Kia Optima and the Hyundai Sonatas, the 2.0 turbos, they all got the loves. But the 2.4 non-turbos, there was no parts for them because the manufacturer didn't care about them. So I figured out from there that the Kia Optima and the Hyundai Sonata was the same platform that I made these intakes, and it started with the concept. And then I told myself, there's 3 things in the concept. 1, you need money. 2, you need product. 3, you need a product for the consumer to give you money. So it rolls around to the number 3. If you don't have money to make the product is not going to be there for the consumer to buy you your product, to give you more money to make another product to continue, and etc. That's where concept 3 came and the name belonged. Underscore Sierra underscore. Does your wife also enjoy cars? Does she have a custom of her own or just a regular day-to-day car? Good thing. My wife has a background where she was raised with brothers and uncles. They're all lowriders, low school, old school cars. So she fell in love with them. Just, not really knowing much, just watching them do it. When I met her, she was driving around a 2013 Chevy Spark. I hated that thing. But the name of the car was AKA Fish because it was light blue. Surprising that piece of shit drove around everywhere cool like that. And that fucking pendejo that everybody's looking for, Omar, got the car stolen and then got it totaled. Continuing on with that, during that time when she had that, she was very supportive with everything I did. So I was very supportive with her when she was going to car shows with me. I wanted to build you a car. So I built her 2019 Toyota CHR. And to the point that I got overnight parts from Japan, did some more air ride, gave my old wheels from my Kia Optima, and Vic, right here. That's what she looks like. Has a nickname called Stitch, but she doesn't really call it that. She just calls it RAR, because her license plate is CHR. Thanks Matt Fan with those suggestions on that one. In her daily, I bought a Honda Element as a shop truck that she borrowed one day to drive around and, get some stuff for the shop and the groceries, the house or whatever. Never got it back. So that became her daily. CHR as a show car. She blew a head gasket and had to swap that on the weekend, where our RX-7 still hasn't been swapped. Next, Gina Avagina. Whoa, I destroyed that name. What tips can you share for buying a used car when you're not able to bring a mechanic with you? That's the hard thing. What tips can you share? As a mechanic, if you're not being a mechanic, the tips I could give you is, 1, clearly, just go look at every single window of the car. At the window of the car, if it's, for example, Rolls Royce or a Honda, whatever it is, look for the same brand through all of them. If all the windows have all the same logos on them, none of the windows have been replaced. Windshields, whatevers. That typical happens with quick. But randomly, if a packed passenger door window has been broken, either the car got broken into or the car was in an accident. Second, learn, then look for VIN stickers. VIN stickers are all usually on all the doors, all on the fenders, the trunks, not on bumpers, hoods, and parts like that. Third, be very observant with the body lines and where all the lines of certain car parts will go. Or look for random, for example right here, this Royce been painted because you can see the chips of the black underneath. Whatever's. Carfax is cool and all, but if Carfax, the problem is if the car was never reported or got fixed by a legit company, it was never reported. There is ways where, for example, like I do, is when customers are about to buy a used car, they could actually request to meet at the shop and then get a visual inspection by me and see what it looks like. And I'll give the customer a true answer. That's a cool, clean car. This one, I'll do that. This one, dumb, chewed out and stuff like that. Especially if you're in California and you don't know where the car came from, just look underneath and look for rust. Rust could be a cancer, and that's the worst thing you can buy. Goon614, worst thing that happened to you to your personal car while driving. Worst thing that happened to you or personal car while driving. Crashing. Crashed many cars, been in many highway pursuits, street raced a lot, and almost got caught. Oh, my 2003 Hyundai Tiburon. While randomly driving, I smell fuel. This man. Get away, get away. I was going to my friend's shop, booked it there, got there, popped the hood open, and one of the fuel line punctured factory and was spraying gas all over the engine. I don't know how it didn't get caught on fire. I didn't know how what happened, but no, I take it back. The worst thing that happened, I wasn't actually driving the car. It was actually the R7 when I blew that cam out of the damn engine bay. Grayson I. Jones, as a business owner, what has been your biggest challenge social media wise? Coming out of my bubble to actually look at the camera and be comfortable. I was never really an open person. I was the most shyest person you ever saw me. If you met me 2011, before that, every time I went to a car show, you'll never see me. I'll pull up, pull out a chair somewhere, get some couple drinks, and I'll hide in behind my car just sitting there by myself. And then fast forward to 2023, I am now walking around car shows, greeting people, handshaking, taking photos, doing stuff like that. I never thought that would be me. I always thought I was the guy in the back, just shut the fuck up, do my job, and get the fuck, goddamn it. That was it. That was my hardest challenge, was being comfortable behind a camera. But shout out to Abe Cho for that one. He gave me out of the bubble of that. You know what I mean? When he used to come to the shop, he is the most energetic, happiest person in the whole society of the world that I know of. And always happy to shove his camera in my face, going live and greeting, saying my name. Eventually, I started, talking a little bit more, doing a little stuff. And he asked me what I was doing on those lives, and he was doing my installs, filming me. Yeah, just getting comfortable in front of a camera. See, whatever, right here. What made you want to make videos? Love the videos. It wasn't to make it. It was to actually show society, social media, of what I go through. People think that I'm a very simple shop. I just, no, I'm a man. I love a clean shop. I work hard. I take care of everything. And there's jobs that I do that I don't even let the mechanics do. If you guys don't know, my guys don't change spark plugs in Kia Stingers or G70s. Anything with the Kia Stinger 3.3 twin turbo V6 motor. Only reason being is clock hours is 3 hours. My guys do it, maybe they could be somewhat pretty fast, but still take about an hour. You give it to me, I'll do it in 30 minutes. Second of that, I had a customer complain to me once. You're really gonna charge me $300 that you done in 30 minutes? Yeah, I'm charging you for my experience. I could have gave it to one of my other techs and have them take a longer time. No, I wanted you to get your ass home because you wanted to leave early. Cheap ass. As the shop was growing up and I was noticing Gen X and all those kids, what are they doing? All they're doing is on their phones. I could actually put my phone down and not give a crap about where it's at. You ask one of my techs, I'm taking your phone away for 3 hours, they freak out. What's saying that is? Make videos. Swift, he's always bitching to his daughters and sons that he's always on the phone. This man is more on IG than anybody fucking see on. Logan J. Glacier, I noticed you play Pokemon music in some of your TikToks. What is your favorite Pokemon? Pikachu. He's the OG. He's a child of that. And FYI, a lot of people don't know, and they really think that we're playing Pokemon music. Can I say it? We actually play the background music of Pokemon to. You didn't say the magic word. When I used to play Pokemon, I don't know how to play it. So far, you off in the room. Parents coming. 1_weird_kid. How do you choose your workers? I don't choose them. They basically need to win me over, but also not being annoying. Hashimika. What's your most memorable Apprentice story, or learned from a gray beard? Most memorable Apprentice story. This will go out to Andrew Chang. He is the guy that had the worst raise up as a child. He chose the easy life over the hard life, and it's not the easiest thing to do. And giving up the bad habits, the easy money and stuff like that, became a family man. He was under my wings for about 3 years. He had the opportunity to go to Nissan. He's not certified, he's not schooled, he's not licensed. He's now almost to the point that he's almost a master tech. I taught him tricks to do things, and if you're gonna do something, don't give your 100%, give your 110.
What that question meant too was, what did you learn from like an older man when you were still young?
Oh, going back to that, then I will see, that will go to Hubifa. He was my Mini Cooper guy. I was under his thing. He won me over, took me from another shop to his shop. He taught me where to recognize where everything went. And I'd done this to Swift one time. I taught him how to take the spark plugs out of a 33 Stinger. When all the bolts were out, I picked them up, gathered it all up, threw it on the floor and saying, figure out where all they go to. That's where I learned how to pick up the little niche of studying each bolt as I'm taking it off, placing it somewhere, studying why this one's longer, this one's shorter, and organizing as I'm removing and then reinstalling. And even if it gets mixed up, I know where they went. Other than that, I will shoot this one to Taeho Kim, introducing me to Coors Light, and it's been a problem since. Never mind 19. What are some unwritten or unadvised things owners can do to that mechanics would appreciate? If you notice when I do certain things on a car, I mark things without marking things. For example, if I'm doing wheels on a car, I will line up the yellow dot to the valve stem the closest I can. The center cap will get lined up to the valve stem. And then when I put it on the car, the wheel lock, if they have one, will line up with the valve stem adjacent to the straight line to mark where the wheel lock is. So in that one saying is, if the car ever did go somewhere else and I saw that the wheel lock is somewhere in a different position, I now know the wheel lock has been taken off. Second of all too is like Logan was here a couple days ago. When I do oil changes, my oil caps are always adjacent straight so you can read it. A typical other mechanic will sit there and just turn the oil cap to a certain big of wherever it goes. Just little things like that. To do things, spending 20 seconds, 10 seconds on something, giving 110. A little attention to detail. Underscore K0JE underscore. What would you consider a good low budget first car? That kind of even consider explaining where to start, where to be. One, I don't even know where the f you live. You might be living in China, you could buy a Chinese car for cheap and stuff like that. And you could be in Australia. I don't know what's out there. The budget first car. The budget first car is literally doesn't really matter. As long as it can take you point A to point B and get you there and not break down, get you there, you make you money, get your job done, get you back, doesn't matter. Why do you think Pintos existed in the 90s, 80s, 70s? It's been that long. If you have a mechanic friend or somebody to go take a look at it, go take someone that you know. It could even be a Saturn. Alex.Valarali. You look like a nurse. How do mechanics aim to handle the physical aspect of the job as they get older? We don't. I got back pains. I got cuts of the woohoo. I got leg pains, back pains, arthritis, shoulders. The only thing I'm teaching my kids now is it's almost like anger management. If you get mad at something, don't punch the wall. If you're getting frustrated on a wrench and you're hand palming the wrench or socket, stop that. Eventually you're gonna have bruises, you're gonna have sore muscles, and the next day you're not gonna be able to, do stuff like. My wife always makes fun of me that I have troll fingers. My hands get so swollen by the end of the day. My medium-sized gloves that slides on in the morning, they rip towards the end of the afternoon because my hands swelled up so much. Dude, we're dude. Senator Sorry. How can we get more girls into wrenching? I have granddaughters. Truthfully, those granddaughters gotta either carry a 9, brass knuckles, or some to defend themselves. Social media and these kid mechanics or guy friends or just are gonna try to destroy them just because they're females. I wish we had more girl wrenchers. Only reason being is, not always. They listen better. It's cool to have a girl motivated to work on cars, to have cut nails, grease under them, hair tied up, getting down and dirty. You know what I mean? Congrats on your granddaughters. If they're local, need a shop to support them and help them, I'm here for you. But I don't think you are local. Sorry. Tell your granddaughters, words don't mean action words more than words. So if you could prove them by things that you're doing, do what you do. Don't matter what someone says. Tell them to go off yourself and go another tree. Just do what you gotta do. Maxis_ZJ. Apart from cars, what is another passion you have or hobby? Love the content. I actually low-key love to cook.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
I'm a low-key foodie. Don't look like it, but I'm aging. My gut's starting to show. I love to cook. Sure, McGavin. 429. What's your favorite foods? Anything that is still moving. Just kidding. I don't eat dogs. I don't eat cats. I love seafood. Seafood is one of my stuff, but I love seafood that is still moving. I don't like it cooked. I don't like it steamed. Live is one of my favorite foods. POS VQ 35. Opinions on VQs. Your fucking username says it all, you POS. They're polished, they're photo, and you guys go fuck yourself. Take over fucking wannabes and shit like that. Chosen _1 _ant. When are we getting new merch? Link here. They're in pre-orders. We'll do this again. Maybe at 1 mil. Got a long ways to go. I'm not too sure, but I appreciate this. It was fun. Questionnaires were cool. You guys got to learn a little bit more about me. I'm just a Korean hardworking mechanic that I love challenges. I don't like turning away cars that I got screwed by another customer. I can't afford this. I can't do that. I'm here to get all the rollback cars on the road. You drive an EV, cool. If you're pushing for EVs and no gas cars, go f yourselves. That's never happening. I'm gonna have my fun, play with my toys, do some burnouts, waste tons of gas, and make cars go stu. But thank you for tuning in. I'll be back. 동마 사랑해.